All right, so since we're live, so welcome back, everybody. It is February the 9th, 2025 at 5 p.m. Eastern. Excuse me, losing my voice already. And I just realized it's Super Bowl Sunday.
It is.
I had no idea. I see everybody chatting about it. So, excuse me, we won't keep y'all too long, but we'll hang out because I know some people like us don't follow sports at all. I had no idea today was even the Super Bowl. So I'm not expecting many people to jump on. Everybody's doing their little pregame parties and foods and snacks and things. So if you're going to jump off and watch it, we totally understand. Do your pregame thing. Hope you have a fun night enjoying that. So let's play the Can You See and Hear Us game because we're back upstairs. Got mics going, got a fan going. You can see in the corner over there because, oh goodness, now it's warm in Florida. But now I just checked the weather out before we jump in the live stream. I'm seeing 30s in Florida next week.
Really?
Yeah, here we go. But it's been so warm for so long, I'm kind of ready for another cool down. And maybe that's one of the last ones, although we'll probably get 2 more cool downs. But let's see. Let's see. Cash says, yep, can't stay long, work my butt off doing tractor work and firewood deliveries. Figured you couldn't stay long because you were going to watch the Super Bowl. You might be like me.
He's always working.
Yeah,
Just
he
like
is
you.
always working. So, yeah, no, our firewood sales has went to nothing because it's been so warm, but we get another cool snap. I'm expecting the firewood to pick back up. I kind of needed a break anyways because firewood was flying out quicker than I really had it in inventory, if you know what I mean. So if you're new tonight, excuse me, I don't know why. I've been talking just fine. Now I'm losing my voice. So if you're new tonight, let us know. We got a good group of people here. Ask questions. That's what we do. Typically just hang out on Sunday nights. And as Miss Lee says, what? No cooking tonight? No. So, y'all, we literally just got home a few minutes ago.
We did.
Literally minutes ago. Rushed around, took care of the dogs, did some things. We've been gone all weekend, actually. We finally did something we usually only do a couple times a year. We've had such a warm spell here. I'm talking high 70s. We took the boat out not once, but twice this past week. We went to the ocean last week. That's why your videos have been lacking. Well, it turned out to not be a pretty day. Foggy, wet, and nasty all day long. That didn't work out too good. And this weekend, we went and stayed at our river property for the first time. We've had it for months now. We finally stopped working, stopped editing, stopped recording, and we've spent the last 2 days over there, stayed in our camper for the first time, and did some fishing, cooking, hanging out with friends. Y'all, we wore the fish out. And I know, I did not record. This was our time off. I feel bad, but we had friends too, and I didn't want to shove a camera in their face. But we're going to go back. So we set a bunch of bush hooks during the daytime. We went back out at nighttime, and we wore the catfish out,
They
y'all.
were good eating too.
They were very good eating. So we cooked those fresh, had a ball, come back home early this morning, dropped off everything, went over to my mom and dad's today, which is a good little travel to have a belated birthday lunch for me and an early birthday lunch for my brother-in-law, whose birthday is this week, and just got back home a few minutes ago. So Miss Lee, no cooking.
We're stuffed full.
No cooking because we're stuffed from mom's cooking, and we have been burning the roads up today and this weekend.
So no cooking tonight.
Mentally, we're shot. She keeps saying as soon as we're done with this live stream, we actually got to go over our house plans and stuff over there a little bit. And then she's like, I'm going to bed.
Yeah,
I'm done.
I didn't get any rest because Bullet is, he is so, I mean, he's 16. So he's set in his ways.
Yeah.
He's used to his routine here. He had a little PTSD about the camper situation. So
well, tell him why he had PTSD. Why does he have PTSD about campers?
Well, for one, we lived in it almost 4 years. And for two, he was in it whenever Andrew tried to take a ride with the tornado. So
that's why.
Every time we're at the property and we're hanging out, he stays away from that camper. Like he won't even step foot in it unless I make him get in it. And then he's like ready to come out as soon as you open up the door. So it's not his favorite place to be. But he did not rest at all Friday night, and that means I didn't either. So.
I kind of didn't either. And I'll admit, I got back really late off the river with a friend. So when you set out bush hooks, I'm going to show this on an upcoming video because this was so fun. And I did it
that will
in
be
my
a
life.
fun video.
But I did a lot in my life, but it's been quite a while. I used to do it as a kid a lot. But you set lines on tree limbs, go up and down the river, and they were biting so good. We went and set, over a dozen lines down. And by the time we turned around and coming back, getting ready to leave, because you let them soak, we already had catfish hanging on limbs. It was like, oh my goodness. So you'd check them, you'd rebait them. And then we went back and hung out by a fire Friday night, went back out late, check the lines again. You pull more catfish off. You rebait them, and then we did it again Saturday morning. And we're like, we're not baiting the lines no more because we already had a cooler full of catfish.
Cool.
So by the time I got home late, stirred the dogs up, woke you up. The dog wouldn't rest. Needless to say, we're running on fumes. We did not get much sleep this weekend, but we had a blast.
I'm ready for my bed.
Yeah, no kidding. I am too. But we had an absolute blast. That's our first time we've actually stopped, enjoyed the property, because all we've been doing up to this point is just working over there. Well, that's a lie. We've been going over there cooking and hanging out and enjoying the riverbank. But we actually
to spend some time over there.
Yeah, we got to spend some dedicated time. So it was a blast. It really was. All right. So Miss Lee says, tell Tiffany we cooked a cake in my Instapot for the last class. It turned out great. I've heard of that.
That's
people,
cool.
What else do people do in there? Like yogurts or something?
Oh, yeah.
There's all kinds of stuff.
Setting. Yep.
We've never done that, but I've heard of all kinds of stuff.
That's
You basically
great.
Let it be a little
Well, I'm glad
oven.
you're getting familiar with it and using it. That's awesome.
Cash says, I'm new here. That's a lie. Hello, Crystal. I see we got quite a few normal people on. Well, I don't want to say normal. Are normal people. But yeah, I don't expect many because it being Super Bowl night.
Yep, we're at 97 right now.
Yeah. I expect this to be half the amount. And I expect a lot of people to jump off as the pre-stuff starts coming on here. Only thing I care about, to be honest with you, with the Super Bowl is the commercials. And I can watch those on YouTube tomorrow. Because in the past, they used to be hilarious. Who knows this year? So Ross has started the search for a dream piece of land this weekend. Won't be able to build for a few more years. But I'm excited to get some land, encouraged by you guys to make it happen.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Good deal.
Okay, so enjoy it. Don't worry about it. It'll be a few years. It was 8 years that we had this property before we started getting into building a home. We totally understand. Get the land, enjoy it, have fun with the process. Dreaming to me is just as much fun as actually having it complete. I think I enjoy the dreaming, the developing, and the building more than when it's done. Now, don't get me wrong. You want to get in your house. I totally get that. But I just love the development side and the figuring things out. It's so cool. So enjoy the process. And congratulations to you. Oh, 58 in California. That sounds amazing. I'm looking over here. We are 73 degrees, but 81% humidity. That's the problem. It has been so foggy here for a week and a half.
And overcast. I mean, it stayed that way the whole weekend, and then we get home today, and of course the sun's out. We're like, darn.
Yeah, no boat, no nothing today.
I was hoping to get a little color this weekend and the other day when we went, but yeah, it's all good.
So Chris, all the way from the UK, says, normally listen to the replay on Monday. I totally understand it's got to be late over there. He says, while at work. Well, I appreciate you hanging up late with us right here and chatting with us. Ask any questions you have. So Kingwood, very good, valid point. Any day on the water, fishing is better than a day working.
Absolutely.
We've all heard it, and we 100% agree with you. And don't get me wrong, we went out last Thursday on the saltwater boat, and we literally take it out 2 to 3 times a year. Shame on us. But it wasn't bad. It stayed foggy on the ocean the entire day. I think we finally left the ocean about 2 p.m. because we were sick and tired of the fog. Like, you couldn't see nothing.
Yeah, and it makes you nervous out there. You start hearing motors, and you're like, ugh.
Yeah. So as soon as we make it to land, because we were, 10 miles offshore at that point, just putting around, just figuring things out, all of a sudden, crystal clear. The fog had burned off over land, but it never burned off over the water. So we got to idle up one of our favorite rivers, went to a little seafood restaurant. Disappointing. Oh. Very disappointing, that food. So we still had a good day, but this weekend was a blast at the river property. It really was.
Yes, that makes up for the bad meal we had.
Yes, yeah, we're never going back to that restaurant. Oh, goodness gracious. So Palmetto Outfitters, you done changed your name. You still rolling with your brand there. It says, hope y'all are okay. Need to take my boat up to y'all so we can ride. Logan.
Yeah.
Logan from, I keep wanting to say South Florida. It's South Central Florida right there. Logan's been with us a long time. Logan Fussell. So, yeah, buddy, let me know next time you're in the area. I know that y'all have some, or used to have some hunting property and stuff just south of us, and we'll hang out with you. So Chris says, we'll have to catch you on the rerun. Have a great evening. Totally understand, buddy. It's way late over there. Oh, Cash, thank you so much, buddy.
Thank you,
I thought
Cash.
you were gone, buddy. Of course, I'm that far behind. Just gifted out 10 memberships to people.
Cash. That's so nice.
That is super nice and generous. So y'all, the membership side of things, we never push, but we have people that gift them out all the time, and we do gift out some as well. We don't talk about them on videos and stuff. What we do for members, if you just got gifted one here, you'll get a membership for a month. We'll do behind the scenes sneak peeks of upcoming videos. Occasionally we'll do some polls. We might do some shorts, but it's usually pictures and stuff. We'll let you know what's going on. Like we always tell everybody, we try to keep our content free for everybody on the main YouTube platform. The memberships and stuff like cash, it's just gifting out. Like I said, we try to give you some little behind the scenes stuff, and we usually do a members only live stream once a month as well. So if you just got one of those, you're going to be seeing some of that stuff popping up. But thank you so much, Cash. We appreciate you there. All right, let's go catch another comment here. How about fishing from the Gulf of America, says Julie. While we don't get political on here, I honestly don't know what that's about. Gulf of Mexico is stuck in my head forever. That's probably what I'm going to continue to call it. But who knows if that name becomes official or not? I don't know. We don't get in the middle of it, but I totally understand. A lot of people's having fun with that right now. I get it. I do. And Cash says, you're welcome. Everybody got a membership. That must mean he is jumping off.
Back to work.
So Glenn, bush hooks, Mississippi rednecks call those limb lines. Absolutely. You do call those limb lines, but here bush hook is the most common terminology. He says, super cool if you're using yo-yos. Glenn, funny you mentioned that. All I talked about this weekend was using yo-yos with my buddy, and I do have some in my Amazon cart right now, the ones made out in Alabama. I've wanted yo-yos forever, but our bush lines, our bush hooks is just monofilament, or a lot of people use string. You wrap it around, do little clips and some swivels, some old snail hooks, throw whatever bait on there that you prefer, and you just hang it from, we try to do from a pretty limber limb, so it acts as a pole and doesn't get your line snapped off if you get a mudfish or something like that on there. But very similar to what you're talking about. Yeah, limb lines as well, but we call them something different here. The yo-yos I'm very intrigued by. I am investing in some, going to try them out.
Yeah, you just sealed the deal probably for him.
Absolutely. Because I figured to make a good video.
I got to get it now.
I figured to make a good video. Anytime I think of stuff like that, I'm always wondering, would people want to watch that? And yo-yos I'm very much interested in. Only thing I'm concerned about with the yo-yos is it going to pull smaller catfish and fish completely out of the water. I don't know how strong the spring is, because if I leave my line soaking overnight, I don't want to come back to a fish that's out of the water and dry and dead and everything else. So I am going to try a few of them. Oh, excuse me. All right. So Rob and Crystal say coming to Orlando in May for a cruise. Wanted to have a beach day while in the area. Any beach recommendations on the Gulf side? Yes, you're going to be over near Sarasota.
Yeah.
And
beautiful beach over
there.
there.
Yeah, absolutely. What's the one? Is that the one just north of Tampa? No, that's south of Tampa. What's just north of Tampa? Crescent Beach? No, that's on the other side. Oh, I can't think straight. Now I got to Google it. Hang on. I got internet right here.
Somebody will probably say it before you even
Google will.
It.
I'm not looking. Let me get on Google Maps here real quick. Good old internet so fast. Clearwater.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I couldn't think of it either.
Yeah, and that's why I said C, Crescent.
Yeah, that's a very popular beach over there.
And that's not too long of a run over from, since you said the Gulf side, not too long of a run from Orlando. So Clearwater, Sarasota is starting to get a little far, maybe.
And if you're wanting to stay somewhere like a day or two, a really nice area is Siesta Key. It's a little nice town. Not too well. I don't know how it is.
Keep in mind the hurricane just hit that pretty hard, though.
Oh yeah.
So a lot of that area did get hit by the last several hurricanes. Well, one good hurricane. I don't know how much the rebuilding was done there, but Siesta Key was hit pretty hard. So keep that in mind as you're going over there. I personally prefer the Gulf side beaches. Water's calmer and beautiful, but there's some gorgeous beaches on the Atlantic side as well. So Zoe is screaming, hi, Andrew Tiffany. I'm 11 now. That's right. So happy birthday.
Yes, happy birthday.
Hey, Zoe's parents, 2 years away from being a teenager, growing up fast, huh? Oh, goodness.
Well, hopefully you had fun with your birthday activities, with all your field trips and everything.
And hi, Zoe. I'm now 41. Enjoy 11. You'll be 41 before you know it. Enjoy being a kid. Don't grow up too fast. So how did you learn so many skills on building, electrical, all that? I kid you not. YouTube. So growing up in the area I did, lower income type of family. We weren't poor, but lower income. First of all, you kind of developed, I guess, some of these skills growing up in the household I did. Only dad worked, mom at home when I was a kid, 2 sisters, me. So let's just say there wasn't a whole lot of loose income laying around. So how do you make your dollar stretch? You service your own vehicles, you do your own additions, you learn how to pick up tools and do things because you just don't really have the labor money. So I guess a lot of the basic skills were instilled to me as a child just because of the area I grew up in. But I was never taught how to pull and run wires, how to frame a house, how to weld, none of that stuff. I learned a lot of that in my adult life, literally because I had a passion and a desire to learn. And between Google and YouTube, I tell everybody this all the time: you can build and do anything you want. It's just, is the passion there? Are you going to figure that out? And are you going to stick with the learning? That's honestly it. I'm still constantly reading National Electric Code, Plumbing Code, Building Code as I build homes. I'm not a general contractor. I've never worked for a contractor. I just have enough of a passion that I want to learn these things, that it's interesting to me to sit on the commode in the morning or whatever and read electric code.
Office.
Yeah, in my office and figure these things out. If you just don't have a passion or desire for it, you're honestly better off paying somebody. But you can figure out anything you want. You can figure out how to run tools and do all this stuff. But that's it. I kid you not when I say YouTube is one of my biggest teachers of my entire life. All right, everybody wishing Zoe there. So Jamil says, hi, new subscriber all the way from Trinidad.
All right. Welcome to the channel.
Yeah, I believe you are the first person I've heard from Trinidad. Awesome. So I'm assuming Trinidad and Tobago, or is there another Trinidad I'm not aware of? If so, gorgeous place over there. So welcome, Jamil. Thanks for jumping on and hanging out here with us. So it's 21 here, says Mr. Mike. Well, you're in the Dakotas, so I expect that. Hey, it's 71 here. 71. 21. Oh boy, I think we might be done with the 20s. We had a pile of 20-degree days.
I hope so.
Yeah,
I got to start thinking about replacing some of these plants because I lost a few. So
yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't lose as much as I was thinking for it to be so cold here for so many days, not only in December but January, then to have snow, then to have ice. I thought everything was going to be dead around here, but we did quite well. And good news, our gorgeous citrus that's out in the middle of the woods that we're just calling a natural citrus. I don't know how it grew out there. Maybe somebody threw something down 20 years ago. It made it through the ice storm and snowstorm just fine. I've been picking citrus off of it. I was so worried we was going to lose that tree. It's got the most delicious fruit ever. Oh, my goodness.
Now I
it's
want
so
one.
good. Yeah, I know. So, Miss Lee, thank you so much.
Thank you, Miss Lee.
Relax and enjoy your nap. There's your fuel fund. I leave for Hawaii on Thursday for 10 days. Woo, woo.
Good.
You go. Next week, I'll catch the live stream from the beach.
Oh, I hope you enjoy yourself.
Well, you relax, you enjoy your naps, and you enjoy yourself. That's going to be an awesome trip. I've always been curious about Hawaii. We've never made it there. I think I've got some other places I would rather go first, but I've always heard the weather's perfect there, and everybody knows Hawaii is just awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So the fishing would really intrigue me for over there, that's for sure. Thank you so much. That was extremely kind and generous. Enjoy yourself, Miss Lee. You deserve it. I don't know why I can't clear my throat. All right. I don't know if that question's for us. I don't know how to answer it. We'll keep going down. I think that might be for somebody else. Eric says they're going out to sit down at a restaurant with all our family.
Oh,
is that for the birthday, girl? Enjoy yourself if so. So could I not build my own root ripper for the Mini yourself? So a lot of people have asked me this. Here's the complicated problem with that. I don't have a CNC plasma table or anything where I can cut intricate designs. Oh boy, do I want one. That's something I would really like to work on in the future. I've had so many projects where I need to cut intricate metal. So for starters, just the adapter plate that latches into the Bobcat system or any excavator system is $500 to $750 because I would need to buy one of those. Very intricate, precise cuts. Not something I would freehand build myself. That's just the adapter plate. So by the time you price out the adapter plate, then most root rippers are made out of 3/4, 1 inch, or thicker steel. There's the other problem. None of my metal suppliers around here have sheet metal any thicker than about a 1/2 inch. So I would have to custom order a sheet because they're not going to order it and cut me one piece out. A sheet of inch and a half, 4x8 metal would probably be a few $1,000s, a couple $1,000. I have no idea. It'd be outrageous. So you're already multiple times the cost of what a root ripper costs to order one in. Now, what you can do, you don't have to buy the thick metal. I could take 1/2 inch metal and get a half a sheet, which would still be several $100s, and layer it one after the other to get to say inch, inch and a half thick, weld it all in. That's not as strong, not as good, but absolutely a way to stack metal, because you don't want a thin ripper tooth or you'll absolutely bend it. But when you add up the adapter plate, then I would need a hardened tip to put on there. You want a replaceable tip because you're going to wear those out with the rocks and other things. When you add all that up, plus the time involved, I save $0. It may actually cost me more to build one the right way now, not building something flimsy, than it is to get one in. Now, with all that said, I'm going to let y'all in on a little secret. A ripper tooth. Is
this a secret for me too? No.
Okay, man. A ripper tooth just showed up here 3 days ago. So we're good. I appreciate y'all so much. I appreciate our sponsors so much. So I reached out to a company a while back who's been all over my Instagram, not much on YouTube. I'm like, y'all need some videos on YouTube about that trenching bucket. They decided to work with me. Y'all watch our content. They were very pleased with the last couple of videos. So I asked them, would they be interested in sending me a ripper tooth? Because I do so much stump work and everything else. Because the last couple of videos did so well, thanks to y'all, they agreed. Yes, I know, more sponsored content. I totally get it. But I think y'all understand the way the world works. The only way we're able to provide so much content, all these big projects, all this fun stuff is because of people like y'all watching. And we try to DIY the majority of our stuff. Y'all know that because that's fun. But the way we're able to fast track the other property and the upcoming house and all is because of sponsors, honestly. And y'all, that's the two things. So the fact that they were able to send me one out, first of all, I can't justify building one. And legit, the reasons I just gave you, it would cost me more to build one than what the one off their website costs. And here's the crazy thing. It showed up with 1.5 inch thick steel. I can't build one that thick without layering multiple pieces. So that's why the figures I just gave you, having bought enough steel, I wouldn't save a dime building one myself. It'd be a fun video, sure. But what I would really need is CNC plasma to cut all this out perfectly, cut my adapter plates out, and really build that up. Maybe one of these days we'll get that and we'll start doing some serious DIY projects. So we've got one. We needed one. I did so much pro bono work, as I called it last week, trying to help neighbors and friends and people out. I've did so much more stump digging than I ever thought I would. Oh my goodness, I need a ripper tooth and some kind of bad to speed up the process and put less wear and tear on my machine and things like that, because I'm legit doing all these jobs for free, for 100% free. So I'd like to speed the process up and not wear my machine out prematurely. A ripper tooth is going to be amazing. Plus, I've had so many of y'all tell me, get one, get one, get one. It was time to get one. But one's here on the property. I don't know that I'll get to doing a review video this week because oh my goodness, between doctor's appointments and tax stuff and trying to make some content, I'm slammed. Maybe the next week we'll bust it out and do something. That was a lot of talk about a ripper tooth.
It was.
Keep seeing you look at me going, oh God, he's still going. He's still going. Oh goodness. There's going to be a run on ATM machines. She's talking to Cash. What? For what? For
something about
probably
cash
gambling
dancing.
and
I don't know.
Oh goodness.
I don't know.
What kind of conversation have I missed? Yeah, I'm with Brian. He's got question marks down there. I don't know what they're talking about either, Brian.
No, he's asking you a question.
Okay, yeah. So sorry if I missed it. Any news on the cooking channel? Yeah. Since we goofed off the last few days, we did not spend the time editing videos. So we're yet another week behind on posting some cooking channel content. We do have some content. We do have a logo. We do have a channel saved. We have not posted anything yet. When we do that, I'll blast it out to y'all. But that's the problem. This is why I rarely take time off for us, because I feel like I'm always behind, and I feel like when we take a few days off, we get further behind. But we need to do it. I enjoyed myself this weekend. We did no editing. I checked no emails. I'm way behind on comments, but we did do something I never do. We just pushed away for a couple of days, enjoyed ourselves. Now we're back. We'll get caught up. We will get caught up. So if I need to pour a slab for an outdoor kitchen, do you recommend 4-inch or 6-inch deep with the 6x6 post anchors in it? Oh my goodness. For an outdoor kitchen, just do most standard slabs are 3.5 inches for your carports and things such as that. For an outdoor kitchen, you don't need anything any thicker than that, especially since you're anchoring to it. But you could realistically do paver stones or whatever you wanted. If your outdoor kitchen's heavy enough, it's going to sit there. Unless you're in like a hurricane zone where it could catch super high winds and blow away, I mean, outdoor kitchen could be a
So
few
for the
thousand
anchors
pounds.
and all that, I mean, is that an appropriate depth?
You don't know. Yeah, 4 inches or less you'll be fine with, because you just use little, 1.25 2 inch tap cons to hold those little
Because he's
anchor
wanting to
plates
follow
in.
your plans, he said so. With
Yeah,
the
well,
post and
actually,
all
I
that.
think you and I talked via email, if I remember correctly, and you're probably going to go with a little more outdoor friendly stuff than mine, since you're fully exposed. I think I'm talking to the right person, like steel studs, cement siding, things such as that. But yeah, just pour it. You don't need to pour thick at all for that. It'll hold it down just fine, and you really don't need more than 2-3 inches to keep the cracking stuff at bay, and for people to walk on. That's already super robust. All right, so Bobby says, what is yo-yo fishing? So they're called flat lines. Basically, think of something that looks like a yo-yo that's got a spring in it, and it spools line up in it, and they're super flat. They're round. The ones I'm looking at are stainless steel. So you grab a hold of a swivel that's connected to a line, you pull out, the spring's winding up, it's trying to pull the line back, but there's a lock-in up here. So you pull it out to whatever depth you want. You tie the yo-yo to a limb beside a riverbank over water. You pull your line out, you attach your hook and sinker to it, and you put it just beneath the surface. And you set your trigger, because there's constant spring tension trying to roll the line back up. So when a fish comes along, bites on the bait, pulls down that trigger clicks out, the spring tension here basically sets the hook into the fish, and they're there waiting on it. That's why they call it limb line.
Really
and
cool
stuff
concept.
like that. It is a really cool concept, and I'm definitely trying some of those. So long story short, you come back, there's a fish hopefully still in the water. That's what I'm waiting to find out. I don't think the spring tension is crazy on these. And you pull the fish off, you pull it back down, reset it, set your bait again, and you do this up and down the riverbank for us, for example. And these things are fishing for you overnight or while you're down checking some. So it's like setting multiple poles at once, and then you turn the boat around, idle back. It's a really fun way of fishing.
And just keeping the lines organized and
out
of the way.
Absolutely. Being able to roll the line back up and not have a mess in the boat with 12 or 24 lines is a really, really nice feature of those as well. Okay. Bye-bye, Cash. Happy Valentine's Day, says Sharon. That's right. Valentine's Day this week.
This Friday.
What am I getting for Valentine's Day?
You're getting a doctor's appointment.
I get a doctor's appointment. Woo-hoo. Fun. 41. Yep. Oh, my goodness gracious. Cash, who's still here, says he was leaving an hour ago. So he's working my butt off, but I got to make that money because I don't see the dollars being thrown towards me. If you do some of that dancing and stuff you was talking about, you might get them dollars. You got to dance better if you want them dollar bills thrown at you, Cash. Nicholas, 22, soon to be 23. Oh, boy, the good old days.
Those were the days.
You're in the prime years of your life. Late 20s, 30s for me. Oh, that was perfect. You finally got a little bit of sense in life, went through some hard times, good times. Yeah, nothing was hurting you yet. Enjoy the time while you got it, because next thing you know, you're going to be 22, 23, going on 44, 46, 70. It's just the way it works. Eric says, I'm older than you. I'll be 43 in September. Well, I bet I feel older than you. My body's begging me not to build another house, but here we go again.
You did it.
Yep. So just find your drive and go. Never stop learning, says Pest Hunter. 100% agree with you. That's with anything in life. Doesn't matter if it's IT, computer related, or building houses. Whatever you're passionate about, go for it. Go for it. And if you're lucky enough like me that you can figure out how to make a living off of it, oh my goodness. Like the old saying says, find a job you love and you'll never work a day in your life. That's kind of where I feel like I'm at right now. Chris says Andrew must not have a passion for building a sewing room. Hardy har. All right, Dino's on. I know it's he says it's minus 2 degrees Celsius here in China. All the way over in China. So who's playing the Super Bowl? Couldn't answer it. Somebody else has probably answered it for you. I couldn't even pick. Hey, wait, is it the Chiefs? I think I might have got one team. Is it Kansas City Chiefs? Maybe.
Eagles, maybe. My hubby loves the Chiefs. I don't know.
We'll let somebody else answer that, Dino, but he wants to know about his chickens. We hope they're good. We hadn't been around them for 2 days. Are they good?
Yeah, they're good. They're ready to come out, though. They haven't been out the last couple of days, so they're looking at me like, you going to let us out so we can graze?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, my chat just locked up, but I got it back. Let's don't have no problems. Adam, what's for supper? Did you just jump on late? Don't do that again. No supper. We just got back from my mom and dad's.
Stuffed.
We are absolutely stuffed. So I wonder if Legos has a sewing room kit. I like your thinking. Or Lincoln Logs. I like Lincoln Logs approach. Maybe we'll see if we can get one of those right there. Hey, Vivor may have one. We haven't made a Vivor comment in a while. They probably got a sewing room kit. We'll see if we can get one of those and put up there. So I'll be planting bananas, fig trees, and grapes this upcoming Tuesday and Wednesday. Tiffany wants bananas. I love figs. I need to do a fig tree here. I don't know why I haven't done that.
You've talked about it for so long.
Because they grow here. They'll handle our weather okay. Bananas, not so much. Not with all the frost and stuff we just had. But maybe
we talked about doing that dwarf banana tree.
Yeah, there might be some varieties that can handle our weather. Now I have to go further south. So if I'm obsessed with planting and gardening, if I'm watching any TV, it's the only way to learn and educate. I love it as well. Actually, I found some pretty major channels due to planting and gardening because I got on a big kick on that years ago. But luckily, I grew up with gardens. That part of the way we grew up, not having much.
Your dad taught you well.
Yeah, we were growing gardens long before I was born, and I was just raised right into that because it was a good way to put affordable food in the freezer. And speaking of, we'll be getting our garden beds ready here before long. We'll start planting around March, and well into April, we'll have everything planted. I don't know why I have to keep clearing my throat, but I feel like I got something hung in my throat. So, I don't know if I should say this. He says, it's me. I can't say your name.
It's me. Don't say the name.
The wife don't like me using my actual name on YouTube. Oh, don't you work for the government or something? What think you got going on? All right. Well, I see what it is. P to the B. All right.